Right then, this is Sharky from Shar-Kade. Now today I'm going to show off the triple fret custom Shar-Kade stand-up unit. Now this unit has 36 terabytes. It has our 24 terabyte Hyperspin setup on there. It has a Ryzen 5 CPU, 16 gig of DDR4 RAM, a terabyte M.2 SSD, an RTX 3060 graphics card, and a ton of features which I'm going to show off in a second. So what I'll do is I'll cut away, I'll show off the beautiful artwork, and then we'll go ahead and check out this unit. See you in a second. Right then, so down the left hand side there we have Skeletor, and then we have that nice custom Master of the Universe logo. Now in each letter there's a different character. We take a look there, and then down the bottom left hand side there we have that Skeletor image with He-Man at the bottom there. Now this is sort of a Viewlix style cabinet with a twist. Throughout the control panel, each panel has a different image. We have two USB ports there, those nice custom fan grills. The fans are on the control panel because everything, all the PC parts are built into the control panel. Now across the main top of the control panel itself, we have that nice big beautiful image there. And we have a nice bit of trim going around the edges there, which fade in nicely, makes these characters look 3D. And then we have that Master of the Universe custom dust cover there for each player. We have a full blue button layout with some white buttons for the coin and start, and a nice trackball in the center there. Now on the front of the panel there we have two USBs. We have the image of Skeletor's eyes there, another Master of the Universe logo with a different set of images in the lettering. This took a long time designing, man, hell of a long time. We also have that front door there, which if we press it, we can open it up, and we have our guns and everything inside there. And then if we move over to the right hand side, each panel again, we have more images. And more images there with the Master of the Universe grill there. We come up to the face of the unit. We have the IR sensors for the Gun4IR kit. So we have 3 there, 3 there, 3 there, and 3 there. Now these are laser cut mirrored acrylic, so it just gives it a nice clean finish to the unit. We have those custom He-Man grills there, speaker grills, and another image there with the mini amps. Now these mini amps do have a microphone port, and they have audio out as well as a TF card port and a USB port for playing MP3s. It also has radio, and we have that nice beautiful fading in fading out Master of the Universe marquee. And then what we have on the side here is the 48-way gate switcher. Now the main board of the switcher has actually gone. It was my fault. When I was setting up the Gun4IR kit, it actually recognized the board when I had it plugged in, and I accidentally flashed the board with the Gun4IR software. So if you do have one of these TOS 8-way, 4-way, 8-way switchers, and you are setting up the Gun4IR, make sure you just have it unplugged, because you can accidentally and easily flash it to the wrong board and it will mess it up. Glen from the Glens Retro Show, I think the creator of those, I reached out to him. He's actually going to send us another one free of charge. I'm really over the moon with it. He didn't have to. I was happy to pay because it was my fault, but he's going to send a new one out. So big up to him, man. He's a lifesaver, absolute lifesaver. I'll leave a link in the description to those kits as well, so you can pick them up from Glen, from I think it's ThunderStickStudios, ThunderStickStudios.com. But I'll leave a link in the description. They're basically 48-way gate switchers. I've used them on another machine. They were originally meant for this machine mainly. They fit Sanwa sticks perfectly. What they do is they change the Sanwa sticks from an 8-way to a 4-way. So you can, for games like Pac-Man, you can have your up, down, left, right, perfect movements. It locks straight into that up, down, left and right. Now then, this unit does have two Gun4IR guns. It has the 4-way to 8-way switcher. It has the trackball in the center. It has 36 terabytes, like I say. It has a terabyte M.2 SSD. The customer went all out on this. He's actually been waiting a year for this unit to be finished. We've went through a lot of custom work and stuff like that. If we move over to the back as well, we have a back marquee there. So if we move around, we have the Shar-Kade custom back marquee there. So what I'll do is I'll cut away and I'll show off the unit pulling out and everything, and set it up with another TV as well. And so what I'll do is I'll cut away and I'll catch us in a second. Right then, so we have the unit switched off. What you need to do is just pull the unit forward slightly, unplug the USBs, the LED, the HDMI and the audio jack, and your power cord. Now I'm going to have the power adapter in the back where the marquee is, and have a separate plug, so the customer can then just use a separate plug to plug it in when they move it out of the unit. So what you do is just bring it forward, the whole unit pulls out, and you have your pedestal. Now I'll just tilt the camera slightly there because it's on my tripod, and then you have that. Let's flip that around a second. So you have that whole pedestal unit there, and then just move this up a second. I'm trying to do this with the microphones connected to us. Now I'm not going to move it off on camera. I do recommend it takes 2 people to remove the top of the control panel because it's just so large, but it literally lifts up. It lifts up off some dowels that are sat on top there, and it just lifts up completely off, and then you can put it on a desk or move it to a different room and so on. What I'll do is I'll push it all back. I'll get the Gun4IR kit set up and show off some shooting games, show off some 4-player games and so on.
What? Take this! You mean we should be heroes, right? Shut up! It's coming!
Tony Luciano had ever wound up to. And Tony couldn't even spell negotiation.
Alright, any one of you that speaks a word of English, tell them loopy twins you work for that I'm here for what's mine. Oh, did you hear me? I said, bring me cherry pops, or this Desert Eagle's gonna say it louder. 1, 2...
Diplomacy and tolerance weren't numbered in Tony's talents. He liked to shoot first and ask for something. He just liked to shoot.
You hear me now? I need more hair gel.
But for Tony, finding Cherry on his own called for stealth and deduction. And all Tony had were a lot of bullets.
Didn't I just reload? It's like they built books into the walls.
So then that was the gun games. Now this unit comes with the two Gun4IR guns. It's a 2-player kit. Now all the games, shooting games, have been set up with the two guns themselves. A ton of script work has been done. Ray from RPG Electronics helped me massively. He helped us out with a lot of the script work. There still was a lot of work to do. But I managed to get through it. It took over a week or so to get all the configs done and stuff. If you do wish to have the Gun4IR kit with your Shar-Kade setup, I recommend you order your guns from RPG Electronics if you're in the US, and if you're in Europe, in the UK, is to order them from Gun4IR.com. Now there is a short stock of these guns. I do recommend you just keep on the case, ask them if they've got any stock in, or pre-order them. I'm not sure how JB's side works at Gun4IR.com. I know on the website it doesn't say they have any stock in, so I likely just recommend you contact them direct and just wait for an email back, and hopefully you can get you a set of guns in. If you already have a Shar-Kade unit or already ordered a unit and you want the setup for the guns themselves, I'll be doing a tutorial and posting that video up on the Shar-Kade Owners Network. I can set up the guns ready where I can get the setup and the configs on the Shar-Kade unit ready for you if you're still waiting on your unit, and then I can just talk you through how to get the initial final setup done. It doesn't take long at all. It's just getting Demul shooter to recognize those guns, and then you should be good to go. I'll double check through the systems as well. I can connect to your unit via any desk or team viewer and go through any setups that need to be set up. But like I say, I will have a tutorial video on the Shar-Kade Owners Network. You can only join the group if you have purchased the Shar-Kade custom unit. So this is 4-player Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle setup. So we'll just add a couple of coins there for player 1, player 2, player 3 and player 4, and then just press your select button each player. This is also set up with the games like Streets of Rage 4 and a few others. I think there's also a 6-player setup for games like, or what's a game called, X-Men, is it? X-Men Atom something? I'm not too sure, but it's one of the X-Men games. It is a 6-player game. As you can see there, we have all 4 players working. Now we do have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge on this unit. I'm still having issues with the controllers mapping correctly. I can get them mapped, I can get them to work, but it can hot swap the controls, which is causing massive issues with the system. So I'm going to work on a fix, then I'll upload the fix to the Shar-Kade Owners Network page with a video tutorial. But I want to make sure it's working 100% correct, loading in and exiting out correctly and keeping those controllers in the right order, because when it does hot swap, it can be a right pain in the backside to remap your controls in the right order and stuff like that. So it's just best to avoid setting it up at the moment with the arcade controls. I will do my test first and come back with a proper fix for the game. So let's head back out. There is a ton of systems on here. There's actually over 100,000 games now on the Shar-Kade 24TB setups. So if we go up, I'm not going to go through each and every game and go through the gameplay and everything of all the games. I'll go through some gameplay. If we head down to Nintendo, so we have a nice collection in the Nintendo Switch on there. I think there's about 200, 300 titles on there. All of these were tested. I think there's an issue with 1 or 2 of the games. I've had reports some don't work very well. So I'll look into those games and get those games removed. If we head down to our PC Plus titles, we have a massive collection also of next-gen PC titles and new-gen remakes, so the likes of Alex Arcade. We have Aliens Fireteam, we have the Assassin's Creed collection all the way up to Valhalla. We have Battletoads, Biomutant, Bloodstained, Borderlands collection, Castlevania, Crash Bandicoot 4, Cyberpunk 2077. If you haven't yet watched the video, I'll leave a link in the description of the Shar-Kade Ultimate Deluxe Control Panel that DThomas has just released a video of. He has our 24TB Hyperspin setup. Those panels only have up to 16 terabytes inside. You can buy the 24TB add-on, which comes with the PS3 stuff, the Switch stuff, the visual pinball, some PS5 collection. Now the PS5 collection are just PS5 games that are on the PC, so they're just PC ports of those games. But it's a nice little addition to the Shar-Kade custom units. So if we head down, I have recently just added a couple of new titles as well on here. Let's take a look. We have Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. We have Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. We have Stray, which is also on here. Where's Stray? RST. We have Shadow Warrior 3 as well added now on this setup. Let's take a look, and there's Stray. So what I'll do, I don't want to get into too much gameplay footage, so if I just open the front cabinet door there, grab out the Xbox controllers, I recommend when you start up the unit is plug in the Xbox controllers, usually one in the top port, one in the bottom. Wait till each controller syncs. But on this unit, the controllers plug in each side, in the top ports on the right hand side. Always recommend just keeping them in the standard ports that I use. It does avoid any hot swapping, though it shouldn't with the software I have on the unit already, but it's just best practice. I like to keep the same USB ports for everything. If I use the Wii controller kit, I like to plug it in a certain port. Same with the controllers. The guns on this unit plug in the bottom ports on each side. So you would sync the first gun up on the left hand side first, bottom port, and the right gun on the right hand side. Now you don't, with the Gun4IR kit, you don't need the Xbox controllers plugged in. Just leave them unplugged for playing the gun games. When you're finished with the gun games, just unplug the guns, starting with controller 2, then controller 1. It just keeps everything running just right, keeps the controllers mapped to their dedicated ports. Always, if you are playing just the standard systems, if you're playing 4-player MAME, that's okay. Don't have to have the Xbox controllers plugged in. When you're playing systems like the PlayStation 1, PS2, PS3, N64, basically what I call the analog systems that use analog controllers, just have the controllers plugged in. Make sure they are plugged in before you load the system up. Same with next gen PC titles, just make sure where the controllers are plugged in. Some games are mapped, like the fighting games are mapped with the arcade controls, player 1, player 2, and for the games like the games like Spider-Man, stuff like that, the analog games are mapped with the Xbox controller by default. So then let's go ahead and load Spider-Man. I'll just turn this up a little bit. Now with Spider-Man and Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, you will have to use a mouse. There we go. You will just have to use the mouse and click play. Same with, like I say, Guardians of the Galaxy, and I believe Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider has the same pop-up. It just has a load menu. I could work on a script to have it automatically load in, but I've wrote so many scripts lately, it's really just getting on my nerves now. I've put so much work into them. For the sake of just clicking the mouse to click play, it's not a huge issue. Most of the other games just load direct into the game itself. This has a pop-up menu that requires you to click play. So let's just go on amazing settings, then start the game. Now this is running through, at the moment, a 1080p screen. You can run a lot of the games through 2K with the setup. Don't really recommend 4K. You can run them through a 4K telly, but I recommend you knock them down to 1080p because it is games and systems that require 1080p. So it's just recommended knocking down your resolution to 1080p. You can get into Windows on these systems quite easily. I do have tutorials how to do that, and when you get a Deluxe control panel and you're connecting it to your 4K telly, I just recommend you change the resolution to 1080p within Windows and then just restart the machine, and it'll keep those defaulted settings. Like I say, you can run in 2K in the machine. It'll run really well in 2K on most of the next gen titles, but like I say, you do have a few TeknoParrot games that require 1080p to work correctly and stuff. Also, it's got to be between 60 Hz and 75 Hz. If you're running 120 Hz on some of the TeknoParrot games, you will find that the game will be like it's in fast forward. So the game plays really fast. So I recommend keeping that between 60 Hz and 75 Hz. But like I say, you can go straight into Windows if you want to play Tekken 7 at 120 Hz. You can do. Knock it up to 2K. put it onto 120 Hertz, and you can play those games no problem on a modern high-end TV. Also inside of the main portion of the stand-up unit, on this unit as well, we have a nice felt inside of the unit, so when we push the control panel in, the pedestal in, it won't scratch the artwork. It's got a nice, really nice felt. It actually costs quite a bit for the strip of felt, and it does really look nice. It looks beautiful. It's a nice finish. It would be recommended to put for the insides of the unit. It's got a nice feel, and it's got a nice professional look to it. So let's go ahead, play a bit of Spider-Man here. I've actually been playing quite a bit of this at home.
Did you take him down yet?
No, we're at this tower, but still waiting on the warrant.
Mind if I join in on the fun?
You know how his lawyers are. This one needs to go by the book.
Come on, Yuri. I've been waiting 8 years for this.
You really want to help? Head to Times Square. Sounds like his guys are trying to keep my backup from reaching the scene.
You got it. Almost there.
So this game will be available on the 24TB setup. The 16TB Hyperspin drive is practically full now. Some of the later titles are getting so large. You're looking at between 80 gig to 100 gig on the latest titles. So we do have a little bit space left on the 24TB add-on for one or two later titles. And I think the next upgrade is going to be up to 32TB. This unit, like I said, does have 36TB in, so it has two 18TB drives, but I try and keep things in between the 8 terabytes at a time. You can order an 18TB drive if you wish to have the extra space. All the Shar-Kade units do come with the necessary software, all the links you need to get the latest titles if you wish. I do, like I say, on the Shar-Kade Owners Network, have videos on there showing off how to add new PC titles, how to remove games and stuff like that. I've got a ton more videos to come to put up on the page. I've got a ton of orders to be getting through. So as long as you're patient with me, I can get some really cool content put on the page, helping customers out, and it will also take a bit of slack off me if customers have issues. There's simple little videos showing how to fix certain issues that I'm aware of for older units, for new stuff, everything, and it also keeps everything fresh for me. So if there is an issue on a game or a system, you just contact us, let us know what games, what systems there is issues of. I can go in, take a look, I can fix it on my end, and then I can connect to your machine, fix it on your end, or I can do a video, show you how to fix it, and so on and so on. And then other customers also can see those videos and them can check their game. If them have that same game or same system that has that same issue, they can easily go in and fix it. Majority, 9 out of 10 of the time, we can usually fix it. We can get it fixed. If something just really isn't working, if a game is glitched, sometimes new PC titles on the systems, after a certain date and time, they just mess up. So we can take a look, re-download it if needs be, and so on. So everything's there to keep these systems running nice and smooth. I do recommend you keep them offline unless you're going online for stuff that I recommend, so on and so on. I don't recommend setting up Steam games, running the system online. There is games like Street Fighter V, which if it detects an internet connection, it will break the game. So just a word of caution, don't contact us really asking, I get it all the time, asking, can I set up Steam games? Can I set up this game for you, that game for you, this game? No, I'm not going to do that. Like I say, I don't recommend keeping them online. If you do need to go online, the options are there. But I don't recommend keeping them online. So running Steam games and keeping an internet connection running in the background, I don't recommend. You're risking more opening yourself up to malware and viruses and so on. There's over 2 million files on the hard drives. It only takes 1 or 2 files to corrupt to really mess up the system. So we'll try and keep everything nice and clean. And like I say, as for adding games, I'll add them as I wish to add them. I do take recommendations. If there is something new that's out, I'll try and get it added to the system. But if I'm busy, I won't be sat there hours on end adding games, downloading the media and stuff like that, creating the custom artwork and stuff for the wheel art. It's just a lot of work. I am a really busy builder, and I've got a ton of orders in, so the adding more stuff and stuff like that, it will come. It will naturally come as things progress. And like I say, we do have the Shar-Kade Owners Network for customers, and some of my customers do know how to add games, how to add latest titles and stuff like that. So you will have customers at least come and help you if you require a little bit of help, how to add this and add that and so on and so on. I'll always try and post new links as well to new stuff on that group, which I've been doing the past few weeks now, posting some new content and new links to new stuff and new fixes and so on and so on. So it's all to come. I expect there's going to be a ton of orders come flying in, especially from Thomas's amazing video. I watched it. I was actually away on holiday, sat there, watched half of it. Phone died. I was dying to get the rest watched. I've been waiting for that video to drop for a little while now. And what an amazing video, man. Absolutely great video. And as you can tell, if you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave a link in the description, but it's well worth the watch. He does a brilliant job of showcasing the Shar-Kade custom Deluxe control panel. We do have a delay as well on orders, so you are looking at around the 13-week build period, maybe a bit longer now. Now I'm back off my holidays and working flat out. I've got a custom stand-up 4-player to get done after this one and get that straight out the door. I'm just waiting on some bits and pieces of the wood. I had issues with the wood, so I'm waiting on that next Monday, then I can crack on with that machine, get that done, get that out the door. And I've got a few smaller builds to get done after that, which I need this machine gone, cleared out the way. So then, I think what I'll do is likely just shoot a bit of video footage of the control panel off, showing off the artwork again, just going around the machine and stuff like that. I'm not going to record too much gameplay footage. If you haven't watched my previous videos of the gameplay of these units, I recommend you go ahead and check that out. I think I've covered most of the stuff on this unit. I really haven't got time. I wanted to show a lot of stuff out and like record hours and hours of video, but I really need this unit packed away and gone. Like I say, I will be waiting on from Glens Retro Show the 8-way 4-way switcher, so the control panel will stay with me until that arrives, then I can swap that out, check, test it, and then I can head off to the customer. I'm really happy the way the machine turned out. It's an absolutely stunning machine. I don't know if I'll be taking orders of these yet. They're a really big machine. They will not fit through the door. I have been allocated some space in the marketplace. My business is on the front of a marketplace, and I've been allocated some space to build the bigger units. If I can sort that out in the next upcoming weeks or next couple of months, I'll let everyone know. I'll post this up. I'll start getting orders for the triple fret custom arcade unit. Triple fret was picked by the actual customer, this unit. There was some other cool names that I quite liked. I quite like is it the Megalodon and stuff like that. I want to keep my unit shark themed. But triple fret really suits this unit. A 3-in-1 arcade system. You've got a fully built high-end gaming PC inside the control panel. The control panel comes off the pedestal. The pedestal pulls out from the arcade unit itself. It's just an amazing piece of kit. You've got the IR sensors for the guns mounted in each corner, all nice and neat, nice professional finish. Next unit, obviously, I make will all be glued and locked together. This unit isn't at the moment. It's ready to strip back down and package away. So I'll cut away, show off some bits and pieces. I'll show off the unit again and stuff. Show off the pedestal on its own, and then I'll call it a day. See you in a sec. Right, so that's the control panel removed. Like I was saying before, there is a layer of felt. I don't know if you can see it there, but there's some felt on the inside of that panel there, just to protect the artwork. It's sat on some nice feet that I use on my Deluxe control panels to keep it raised slightly. This desk isn't as straight as though it's had loads of heavy machines on there. But that's it all plugged in. If we head around the back, we have the HDMI out. We have a USB port on the back there with an audio jack, as well as the LED sensor to change the LEDs. We also have an LED output, an RGB LED output for the stand-ups LEDs. And then we have a nice plate there covering that power supply with the power cable. So there's only two cables coming out of this unit at the moment. And then we have the custom grills and everything, and that control panel is just beautiful. That on its own as a nice plug and play arcade system is spot on. The fact that we've got the triple fret arcade unit, and we have the stand up, we have the pedestal and the control panel, it's just an awesome bit of kit. I haven't got a clue what I'm going to charge for this unit yet. This was done a special offer for the customer. He's upgraded to a lot of higher end parts, larger hard drive, so on and so on. I have had a complete nightmare getting all the configuration done correctly for this unit, making sure everything's running flawlessly. I actually had issues with the hard drives themselves. I managed to sort them out, done my tests, everything seems to be working spot on. Other than that, got to get that 4-way 8-way gate switcher out and the new one replaced. But like I say, thanks to Glens Retro Show, Glen at Glens Retro Show, sorry, he's absolutely saved my life on this. As soon as that comes, I can get this unit shipped off. This portion of the unit, it'll likely go to the customer beforehand, get this stripped down, get it all packaged up, ready to go off to the customer. I've got to now find some boxes and stuff for this unit. This portion of the unit will likely go in a shipping crate itself, all fully protected. This is a main unit I don't want damaged. Anything on this unit I don't want damaged. If this happens to get damaged in shipping, it's easier to replace these parts than it is the main part itself. So some custom boxes have got to be made up for this unit, a proper shipping crate, and then we're good to go. Like, share, subscribe to the videos, man. Leave a comment below what you think of the new triple fret custom arcade unit. I wish I could have showed off a lot more gameplay footage, a lot more systems and stuff like that. But I've just got so much to catch up on, man. I've just come back from 3 weeks holiday and I am swamped, absolutely swamped with work. Make sure you do go ahead if you wish to purchase a Gun4IR kit. Go to RPEG Electronics. If you want the 4-way to 8-way switchers, go to ThunderStickStudios, I believe, or contact Glen at Glens Retro Show. And if you want to purchase the Gun4IR kit in the UK or Europe, go to gun4ir.com. Also, like I say, check out DThomas's channel as well. Likely, if you're watching my videos, you're also aware of DThomasFromNC. But if you're not, check the links below. Go to his channel, check out his latest video. That video is awesome, man. I cannot praise it enough. It's such well shot, really well made video, and I'm buzzing, man. Absolutely buzzing. So like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch us in the next one. Bye.